Welcome to the Interact Show. I'm your host, Nasir. Thank you for joining me for a very special episode where we highlight a few artists on the rise in what I like to call a night for a spotlight. Before I go any further, I need you to show some love to the one and only Dapper Trap DJ of NYC, DJ Sir Ramon. Now, if you're from New York, then you're no stranger to the conversation about how New Yorkers will put on the hottest artists from every city before their own, which I just don't understand. We call ourselves the best city on earth, yet we treat our artists like the Sandman treats subpar acts at the Apollo. Granted, we show love to people like Diddy, Nicki, Jay, and Nas, but there are so many more out there with a story to tell. Ramon, What is that about, bro?
It's hard to say. I'm originally from Atlanta.
Word, keep it in the A.
You are from the A, as you can see. We are very good as far as supporting our artists. Like, anybody comes out, even if they're trash, we support them. I think what happens in New York and what I see from DJing is that it takes a lot. You have to do more than the average to be put on in New York. You have to make it outside of New York and be bigger than your city for your city to put you on, which is really weird.
So is it just like a tough love type of thing?
Where it's like,
you gotta actually prove it to us. Like, we're not even gonna listen to you. We're not gonna listen to you until California says you hot. That doesn't make sense.
Go get a Grammy. Like, that's what it's like, you know?
Well, for those of you who don't know, I started my career in New York City down at the infamous venue SOBs, interviewing acts like Fetty Wap, Casey Veggies, Justine Skye, etc. But I also spent some time interviewing a lot of up-and-coming acts. So the good, the bad, and the straight-up just trash. But I do have some words of advice. A couple, like four things. Four things I can tell you that from my most recent experience at SOBs, and Jayon can tell you this, one of the producers in the back, we were watching this girl perform, and I was just like, damn, you are horrible. Like, so bad. And the reason why, the four things are the reason why. So number one, find your sound.
Okay.
One of the most important things is to tell your story. Be able to identify like what sonically complements who you are. Like, a lot of artists try to like create things that sounds like this person or sounds like that person, but it doesn't work for you. So when you get up on stage and you're trying to perform, it's not working at all.
Not at all.
And I can tell because we were watching this girl perform on stage and I'm just like, what are you doing? Like, she's like looking at the ground and she's doing all of this and it looks like this is what you practice, but you're not here to perform.
No.
So please, please, please find your sound. Number two, find your look. Be you. Dress the way you want to dress, style your hair the way you want to style it, and make sure that your visuals make sense. I can't understand people who like get up on stage and they say, oh, my stylist like put this together, but I'm like very uncomfortable in it. So how are you going to get on stage and give me like an A performance?
You gotta be cohesive.
Right. Your jeans are like 10 times bigger than you actually are. Your eyelashes are like effed all the way up. The colors don't match. Like, come on. So the audience is looking at you now like, you don't know what you want to sound like. You kind of sound like Nicki Minaj. And now the way you dress just doesn't even look like the way it's supposed. I just can't. So number three, find your audience. Everyone is not going to like your music. That's fine. Know your music, know who it's for, and make music for those people. Music does bridge gaps, but don't feel as an artist that it's your responsibility to make music for the twerk team if that's not you. I can't understand why people try to make so many like club bangers, and it's like, if you're not a club banger type of artist,
don't do it.
Don't do it. If you're not from the A, if you're not about it, make music that's for people like John Mayer. Like, you know what I mean? Like, John Mayer's dope.
It's all good.
Right?
It's all good.
Yeah. Exactly. Everybody likes different types of music. You don't have to make the same type of music that Nicki Minaj makes, the same type of music that Nas makes.
True.
You're going to get swallowed in the oversaturation of all these people who want to sound the same. Honestly, the artists who sound like the most individual to me, like Chance the Rapper, Sango, Sample, like all these people stand out because they have their own sound and people like go to them to listen to that.
Yeah.
So the last thing, please, find your team. Listen, feel free to hit me and Ramon up for advice as a duo who can lead you down the path of redemption. But your home base should not, well, your home base rather should be your sounding board. When you're doing the most, but it comes out looking like a lot less, they should be the people who are telling you that. On that note, this concludes the advice that I have to give you on how you can work on your steez as a performer. Right after this commercial break, we'll return with a few special guests over at our round table.
Go ahead, said bounce.